The Hoe Rogan experience.
Power trips happen. I've seen it happen at the most bizarre places. And I'm like, all right, like the airport the other day, like this woman gave me absolute hell at TSA. I mean, it was like, I can't even recapitulate. It was just absolute hell. I could have walked away and said she was racist and she randomly selected my bag 22 times to go through and made me go through and miss my flight, right?
Yeah. Or maybe she just like knew who you were.
The problem with racism is nobody knows what it means anymore.
Is it though? Is that the problem with racism?
Everything's racist. You could the Starbucks situation, which to me was not racist, was racist.
Funny.
I'm funny. I'm like randomly really funny. I should do stand up. I'd be good at it.
Now, girl, camera's off. Tell us how you really feel.
Oh, white people in the back today. You know what I mean?
Ooh, girl, be careful now. I ain't gonna be able to co-sign on that. Somebody might definitely take that out of context. Anyways, girl, what you been up to?
I'm learning how ignorant I was.
Ooh, just now.
The one thing you'll always find with me is I'll never pretend to be so educated on something. Like,
So then what is one thing we'll never hear you say?
sorry,
What else?
I have no opinion.
What is your opinion on Club Penguin?
I think that was just a way to extract dollars from Americans.
Now that I might be able to get behind. How do liberals sound to you?
Everything should make you angry. Everything should make you upset.
And have you watched Fox News?
At the end of the day, the left believes that the government can fix all of their problems.
Have you met a Trumper?
It's like we're weird, and it freaks me out.
Okay. So, where do you get your news?
I'm obsessed with like Egyptian history, hieroglyphics, like anything that like where they tell stories, especially Greek mythology, because the lessons are there, and we just keep...
Hold time. Just say that. Just say that. I'm trying to start a dialogue. We ain't have to do all this. Hey, it's just a question. Can I say the silent part out loud?
It's just a question.
You consider yourself a baddie?
How could you even question?
Ah.
How could you even ask the question?
You're hot. I'm hot. Why not use our powers for good?
There's something there, right? There's something there. It's not politically correct, but
I agree it's not. And I'll probably be slammed just for suggesting it.
I don't care who it's coming from, right? Like,
I mean, there are all these rules in place for our value as baddies.
and I don't like those laws and rules.
But why not be a baddie? For good.
But yeah, so
Now, how do we take care of Gaia, beloved?
let me clarify this. I don't throw trash on the ground.
It's giving, do you believe in global warming?
Do I believe in climate change? No. My question is, let's say that it's real.
No.
Do you feel that you have found in your research that there is something that human beings can do that would change this all around?
I mean, yeah. Not throwing trash on the ground. We have a lot we could learn from you.
I'm not going on college campuses talking about global warming. I don't do that.
Thank Gaia for that. Now, can I get conservative for a second? I do hate the fact that Black people are so aligned with a party that clearly holds our deep interests on such a superficial level.
Leftist dogma, just this idea that because we're Black, we have to vote Democrat.
Right. Like, how did we get here?
The whole thing is weird, retrospectively.
Retrospectively, yes. But like, donkeys and elephants.
Right.
I don't see how you could argue that these parties, historically speaking, factually speaking, have a vested interest in us.
And they're completely wrong and uneducated about everything.
Everything.
It's never that serious.
Now, how come you get such a bad rap? What do you think that is?
You know, it's easy to say awful things into like this.
True.
Yeah.
Now, that's true.
We don't talk about any of that. We don't talk about the fact that we no longer focus on family. We no longer focus on religion. Doesn't mean to be that everyone needs to.
And define we.
But there's structure in religion, right? There's structure in me when I grew up, and my grandpa used to make us read the Bible around the table. There was some structure to that, and lessons and prayer.
Why would you say something so controversial yet so brave?
And then there's this mass, the Facebook, the snapping,
yes, the snapping.
The Instagram, the Twitter. It's like we've changed the world and expected children to stay the same of it, and nobody talks about it.
And that's why we have a lot we can talk about, Candace. We have a lot we could discuss.
I just hold a different position. I think it starts with family. It starts with structure.
What does? What starts with?
I think we need religion back. I think that needs to stop being such a dirty word. It needs to stop being mocked roundly by the media. Like, it shouldn't be funny.
Did she call it the snapping? Now, What are some of the statistics that riddle your mind on a daily basis?
The single motherhood rate jumped from 25% in 1965 to 74% today. These people have had their families destroyed and decimated by the welfare system, right? The fathers aren't even at the homes. By the book is not the way people in the hood are being raised.
And this is where you're from? The hood? Could we pull something up?
Candace Owens was, indeed, not from the hood.